Devon Larratt's arm is extremely difficult to open due to a combination of leverage, muscle structure, endurance, and technical application. His ability to maintain position even when stretched out comes from his low biceps insertion, thick brachialis, strong pronation, and efficient use of the strap. These factors make it difficult for opponents to break his arm angle and extend him out of position. Devon is not weak outside the straps, but he is significantly better with them. The strap allows him to apply different pressures, reinforcing his ability to maintain his arm angle. Without the strap, he relies more on his fingers to control his opponent. Since he does not focus much on finger strength, he cannot contain opponents as effectively without the strap. Once the strap is applied, it wraps around his wrist and creates an anchor point, allowing him to pull without relying on his grip. The strap also limits his opponent's pronation range, making it more difficult to turn his hand and open his arm angle. Devon has explained that in training, he offers his opponent more control to create a balanced practice environment. When he is completely open and on his opponent's side of the table, it is harder for him to maintain hand control. In a real match, he would immediately slip, rather than hold on to his opponent. If his opponent is strong enough, Devon puts himself in a position where he hangs on until a pin, rather than attempting to return to a neutral position. Under competitive conditions, however, he would not allow this situation to happen. Instead, he would open up his opponent's arm, which would lead to a quick pin. The strap enables both Devon and his training partners to work from a position that benefits both sides. One of the key reasons Devon's arm is difficult to open is his low biceps insertion. A lower insertion point provides better leverage, allowing him to generate more strength even when his arm is close to being fully extended. A higher insertion point reduces leverage, making it more difficult to maintain strength when stretched. Since Devon's biceps insertion is lower, his strength does not drop off as much when his arm is extended. This structural advantage allows him to maintain a strong defensive position, even under extreme pressure. Another important factor is his brachialis development. Unlike the biceps, which assist in supination and pronation, the brachialis is solely responsible for elbow flexion. Since the brachialis connects to the ulna rather than the radius, it does not rotate the forearm. This makes it a more stable muscle for keeping the arm bent under pressure. Devon's brachialis is extremely thick and well developed, allowing him to keep his arm locked at 90 degrees or extended without giving up position. Forearm length also plays a major role in Devon's ability to maintain his arm angle. The longer the radius bone, the greater the torque output from pronation. Since Devon has long forearms, he can generate more pronation torque compared to a shorter-armed opponent. His low pronator teres insertion increases his ability to rotate his opponent's hand outward, making it harder for them to establish a dominant position. This allows him to control his opponent's hand and prevent them from forcing his arm open. The mechanical advantage of muscle contraction further explains why Devon's arm is difficult to open. Muscles are stronger when contracted than when stretched. A biceps muscle that is attached lower transitions from stretched to fully contracted earlier in the range of motion. This means Devon retains strength even when his arm is close to being fully extended. His lower insertion point reduces the amount of tendon between the muscle and the forearm attachment, further enhancing his ability to generate force in a stretched position. Devon's ability to maintain his arm angle is not just a result of muscle strength, but also tendon conditioning, endurance, and technical adjustments. His tendons have adapted over years of training to withstand extreme tension without giving out. He also understands how to apply pressure in ways that maximize his structural advantages while minimizing weaknesses. His combination of technique, leverage, and conditioning makes it nearly impossible for opponents to force his arm open.